Another quite big distillery in Canada is the Valleyfield Distillery in Quebec. It's in Salaberry-de-Valleyfield. It's not far from Montreal. And it's a distillery you don't hear much about, in part because it's owned by Diageo, and really works as a bit of a sister distillery to the Gimli Distillery that is the core of the Crown Royal production in Canada. At this stage, a lot of what they focus on are 100% corn whiskies to help meet the demand for Crown Royal. So really they function almost as a part of that, Crown Royal distillery, but very far apart location-wise. So because of that, you don't hear about it much because they're sort of a supplier as opposed to a producer. They used to make whiskey primarily and produce it fully on site. So it was founded in 1945, and originally it was sort of the powerhouse of the Shenley whiskies. And over time eventually got acquired by companies that later became Diageo, and since then it kind of got integrated into the Crown Royal brand, both in terms of being responsible for some of the Crown Royal offshoots, Seagram's VO, Shenley OFC. They're not offshoots so much, but they're brands that aren't as big as the Crown Royal brands. So that's kind of Valleyfield. It's surprisingly big. You're looking at 28 million liters per year. Pretty big distillery. 850,000 barrels. So they're coming up on 1 million. So a big distillery, even if you haven't heard about it. It is in Quebec. It is French speaking, and for a while it was responsible for a number of brands. Now it's really been built to try to replicate some of the two base corn whiskies at Crown Royal to help out with that capacity. Best thing that I've had from the distillery would be some of the Gibson's 18s, back when Gibson's 18 was largely produced at Valleyfield, and the Gibson's 18 was sort of a cornerstone of Canadian whiskey for quite some time. It still is, but it's not as much in the limelight as it used to be. So there's still some Gibson's 18s you can find out there that are still have some Valleyfield juice in them. But if not, there's a good chance that some of your Crown Royal has some Valleyfield in it. So maybe not a good chance, but there's a chance. So that's basically Valleyfield. Recently they've installed another still to do some experimentation with, so they're doing more than just the 100% corn whiskies to help Crown Royal out. And so we might see some cool stuff coming from them in the future.